11th. Hope everybody's having a good morning. Okay. Markets yesterday had the bad news with CPI hotter than expected, and we gapped down big, but then we just kind of held the lows basically, which is bearish. Okay. So we tried, we couldn't really get any lower. All right. Internals yesterday weren't really supporting a move lower to continue. So that's kind of what happened. Right now, we're currently almost gapping down. We're kind of right at the lows of yesterday. So, still bearish. However, there's a little bit of a pattern I'll get into in the ES that it's called an H pattern, which is what we're in right now. And usually that doesn't bode well for shorts. Usually that's the end of the short and you're going to get a rally. Again, probability doesn't mean it has to happen, but most times when I see that H pattern, that doesn't usually bode well for bears. Okay, so without further ado, welcome to my channel. My name is Steven Gonzalez. I use volume profile, macro profile to find structure in the market, along with gamma exposure, supply and demand, anchored view ops, and the most traded price of the year, the rolling month, the rolling week, and the preceding day. All help me find structure in the market. Okay, when they all line up, along with other things that I look at, then it's time to put risk on, right? Put a trade on, and hopefully you're with the strength, right? You want to always be with strength, be it a bear, be it a bull. Okay, so subscribe, set an alert. All right. Hopefully now you can give me a thumbs up or wait to give me a thumbs up. That'd be much appreciated. And you can always follow me on X at Gonzo719. Okay. Let's move on to the futures watch list. We got PPI dropping at 8:30 along with jobless claims. So let's get right into this because that will change. The numbers are expected to be coming hotter. We'll talk about that in a bit. All right. So let's look at this. So we got the VIX. The VIX is above 16. That's 16.59, up 5%. Ether's up 0.4. Bitcoin's up 0.27. Gold's up 0.21. Silver's up 0.06. The dollar's flat. 10-year yield does not report to 820. The yields went up to 4.5, broke that resistance. So very interesting there. Okay. 30-year bonds being sold down 0.11. Nasdaq's down 0.38. Dow's down 0.43. Crude's down 0.46. ES down 0.48. Russell is down almost 1%. Okay, that's what's going on in futures. Now, Russell's more rate sensitive, so that's why that's getting the biggest push down. Okay, moving on to the Mag 7 Plus. Let's look at the leader here, Baba Jack Ma reorganizing. Microsoft, I believe, got a price target raise. They're up 0.30. That's about it. And who's lagging? We got Nvidia down 0.56. They had a move yesterday. AMD down 0.68. Roblox down 0.75. Coin down 0.79. Tesla is down 0.85. Okay. Tesla reports earnings. Let's see. 423. Okay. So that's the Mag 7 Plus. Let's see what we're doing in the top sector stocks. Okay. Leaders, Costco. Costco has finally had a pullback a little bit, so they're up 0.76. Okay. And we got a bunch of laggards here. Eli Lilly, Disney, Home Depot, Salesforce, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, Qualcomm, CAT. Okay. So semis and looks like banks. Now, some banks have earnings tomorrow, so very interesting, right? Let's look at the watch list, my swing list. Who's leading there? Team, I believe they have earnings, or I think they got an upgrade. Yeah, earnings is not yet. It says Atlassian shares are trading higher after Barclays. They got an upgrade. Okay, so they're up 3%. AstraZeneca, Nike got an upgrade. DoorDash, T-Row, those are leaders there. Let's see who's the laggards. Hood down 3.6. Carvana down 2.8. Soundhounds continuing to fall. MicroStrategy, Airbnb, I believe, got a downgrade. That's about it. SoFi, I mean, that's about it there. We'll move back down to the swing. Now we'll go to the sectors. 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 All right. Really not a leader, okay? So we have going to the laggards. Discretionary down 0.28. That's Tesla, right? Industrials, that's CAT down 0.39. Real estate down 0.48. And financials down 0.61. So financials, I believe now is the I have to look at it again. Second largest. I think it overtook healthcare. Let me just make sure. No, it didn't. Financials is the third largest sector in the market in the S&P 500. So that's gonna weigh on this SPY, okay? So that's what we have there. We can go into economic calendar and news. Okay, so what do we have? PPI today, right? So core PPI, let's do that. Year over year, we're expecting 2.1. Previous was 2, so you're expecting a 0.1 rise in PPI. Okay, PPI headline forecast 2.1, previous 1.6. That's a pretty significant rise at 0.5. Okay, that's what we're expecting, a 0.5 raise. So if it comes in line 2.1, it's still a rise, but that's what's forecasted. So we just got to see. And jobless claims, we're expecting 218, previous is 221. So that's what we're looking at this morning with this news drop. Okay. Now the big drop was really CPI. Let's see if the PPI really has any impact today. All right. So some news that's dropped. We got Nike stock rose 1.4 after sportswear giant unveiled its Olympic kits, betting that the top athletes can wear it. All right. What else we got? Amazon stock fell 0.4 after the online retail giant CEO Andy Jassy said the e-commerce firm is still seeking an opportunity to reduce costs. Robinhood stock fell 3.6 after Citigroup downgraded the brokerage to sell from neutral. All right. Regeneron, what else? That's really all I want to talk about there. We can talk about, let's see, here's some upgrades and stuff like that. So let's look at that. We got T-Row was upgraded, Team was upgraded. All right, Soundhound upgraded, but it still fell. Occidental Petroleum has been upgraded. Okay, from sector perform to sector outperform. Nike upgraded. There it is. Okay, DoorDash upgraded. Chevron upgraded. Yeah, what else here? Stellantis, target raised. Occidental Petroleum, target raised. Microsoft, target raised. Harley Davidson, target raised. So let's see, Delta, target raised. ANET, Arista Networks, target raised. So a lot of target raises today. Boeing, target lowered. Apple, target lowered from 215 to 210. Boeing was from 210 to 190. Shopify, reiterated. So that's underweight to underweight. That's nothing. That doesn't mean anything. That means it stays the same. All right, let's look at initiated. Visa, initiated at a buy. Snowflake, initiated at overweight. This is a long list today. MasterCard, a buy. Disney, overweight, same pretty much. Actually got a 120 to 140. Man, this is a lot today. Hood downgraded. So we got some more downgrades. Hood downgraded. All right, and that's the end of that. All right, let's go over to here. trying to see. Meta's blurring nudity on Instagram. What else here? We already know about the Google in Japan. All right, now Apple has a new lawsuit from New Jersey and Short Hills. All right, looking to unionize. Just trying to find some big things. Okay, now let's look at this bank news. Goldman Sachs, the lender's global treasurer Philip Berlinski is leaving the Bank of New York-based hedge fund Millennium Management. The Financial Times reported. Okay. All right. Now this is interesting. Starbucks Corp. Stifle cuts target price from 90 from 102, stating the company's lower rate of growth and less demand from low-income customers. Okay, that's interesting. United Health Group, JP Morgan's cut target price from 546 from 586, highlighting significant uncertainty and more challenging environment ahead of the first quarter's results. Interesting. And Qualcomm got a target price raise even though Qualcomm is down. Okay, Apple, JP Morgan cuts target price from 210 from 215. Okay, so Apple, a lot of little announcements today. Okay, now going to the calendar. This is dropping at 8:30. We will return back to that. Okay, we will return back to that. I think we can get into some daily charts here. Not much to report, really, but we'll look at them. We'll look at them. That's not what I wanted to show. That QQ long is not what I wanted to show, but I did want to show the daily charts. Okay, so let's look at it. What do we do? I was talking about this pre-market. Now, expected move yesterday, it was like $4.90 something cents. So we extended the expected move, right? So we couldn't really hold below this last week's lows. That was the story of yesterday. Couldn't really hold below this level. All right, it's kind of the end of the move. Plus, I said at pre-market, when you have a big move like that, you could just get a balancing day where like it digests it because the move was made prior to the market open. Okay, and that's what you had. That's what you had happen. Right now we're at 512.11. 512.11. So currently we are right at the lows of yesterday. Okay, so we're below last week's lows. All right, that is bearish. Okay, if we take it back and start moving back up, well, that is not bearish, right? So we have to see. Definitely have to see. Now, if we zoom out a little bit, what could we land on, right? So we have this lining up, this little trend here. Lines up right with the 50-day moving average. Where is that? 509, 508. Okay, we could definitely land there. You'd also have a previous monthly high here at 510. You can see there's a bunch of support here. So that's just possible destinations for the SPY. If we go to the Qs, okay, what did we do yesterday? Look, you couldn't go down to last week's lows in the Qs. Kind of tried to test this day's lows, didn't really. But look, the 50-day moving average really held the Qs. So look, we opened here, pushed down, closed up here. 50-day moving average was supportive yesterday. Okay, where can we go down? Well, 435 is last week's lows, and then you got this pretty big level at 432, which is the previous month's lows. Right here is pretty big support in the Qs, 432. Okay, 432. Where are we at now? We're at 436, 437. Okay, 437. We're right here. We're at the low. We're at the open of yesterday, basically. We're at the lower third of the range. Not as weak as the SPY. Okay, that's what's going on right now. We got news dropping in less than 5 minutes. Let's look at our triple-headed monster. Now that I know the ticker's back here, it's just a weird way you have to write it. All right, so 10-year yield has reported. 10-year yield is up 0.26. Look at that big bar yesterday. Boom. Look at that. Boom. Oh, hey, we got the data back. Awesome. They gave it back to us now. We don't just have 4 days of data. Beautiful. So look at that. I said 4.5 yield, right? So look, it ripped up. Boom. This is going to put weight on equities. Now, this is very, very interesting now. Bond market. Bond markets. Bond market, right? Bonds are selling. Yields are rising. Okay? That's going to put weight. That's why that Russell's real weak. Okay? That's one part. I'm glad to see that they gave the data back. Okay? Now the dollar also made a big move yesterday. Okay? Interesting. Broke up here, holding last week's highs. So that's looking good. Now PPI will change that. All right, which drops very soon. Now the VIX. VIX, everybody knows, 30 days out of fear. 30 days out. So you can see we dropped. Boom. But guess what? We're back up. Charging at last week's highs, okay? So expect volatility. 16 VIX is 1% expected move in the S&P 500. Okay, 1% expected move. I like that. Volatility. I like the volatility. Okay? So that is your triple-headed. All right? That is your triple-headed monster. Now, what else can we look at? Okay. Yesterday I brought up continuous contracts versus back adjusted. I use back adjusted, so we're going to put that M24 in there for the ES, and we can just look at the futures market. Same thing. Now look, it's a beautiful thing here because remember, futures market's basically 23 hours a day. So look, that's what we're currently going. We're going to hit the 50-day moving average in futures. Okay? Look, that's last week's lows. This is yesterday's low. Okay? Now look, the 50-day moving average is right there. You have key support level right here at 51.57. So be cognizant right here where we're at. 50-day moving average. 51.24 could be support. Okay. All right. Now we can look at the NASDAQ. Remember, this is back adjusted contracts, not continuous. All right. So 50-day moving average has been beat. Here's that key support level, 180.52. Last week's lows, okay? Then you got last month's lows right here. So this is a very key area right here to hold, okay? If this gets taken out, woo, right? So remember, this is just like the Qs. So, but I just wanted to show you guys that, all right, before we see these numbers come out. Numbers are going to drop in 30 seconds. Let's switch over. Let's switch over. So now I'm going to have the hourly charts up for everybody to see. We're going to see this news drop right now. Boom. Okay. Oh, what we got here? What do we got here? Markets pushing back up. All right, so that's that H pattern. Now, I don't know if it sustains. All right, let's see. Numbers are pulling in. Okay, so core, let's see, initial jobless claims. Forecast 218 came in at 211. Okay. Just waiting for this to update. Okay. Core PPI year over year, forecast 2.1, came in 2.4. So it's hotter. Core PPI year over year is hotter than expected. So we're getting a big catching it. We're really catching a bid. Now, let me see here. Year over year PPI. Forecasted 2.1, came in at 2.1. I don't trying to figure out here why this market's running up, but that's that H pattern. Okay? That's the H pattern. I'm not saying that's the reason. I'm just saying that's why H patterns are very scary. Look at this H pattern. Look, I just want to show you guys this. Comes down, and we did this. Then what happens? Boop. And that means, and I'm going to take this from one of my boys, one of my former mentors, Peter Resnicek. Always talks about this H pattern being hell for shorts. Hell. And it does happen a lot. I see it so many times where you see this move, you break this low, and then it's like boom. Now, and I don't know if this is sustainable, but that's very interesting, right? So, and now look, the most traded price of the year this year is 52.06. Look at this price. Let's see if the market, this is your line in the sand today. Let's see if the market can take this out and hold above it. That is not good for bears. Okay? That is not good. Some reason we're catching a bid. I don't really see anything in the numbers that would make me go, wow, this is like amazing. So, but this is the way the market is, right? But this is the level to watch right there. That should not slice through it, but if it does slice through it and hold, you got single prints right here from the gap. So very interesting, this market, boy. And the VIX the VIX just rose to 17.6. It's up 11%. And guess what? We're going higher. Weird, right? Very, very, very weird. We're going to look at the market profile and try to structure something out. That hell for shorts has stayed. Now you kind of could say this is a double bottom now, and then I could say, like, look, this is causing resistance. This makes all sense. The most traded price of the year. Okay, makes all the sense in the world. If we go to a 4-hour chart here, you can see why it's the most traded price. Look at all that action previously. Came down here again, and now we're hanging out down here again. Okay, this is the 50-day moving average in futures right here. Very important. You slice through it. People probably had orders sitting there, and boom, boom. Okay, the key is to see if this level can hold these buyers back. Can it do it? If you break this, you needed to see it hold and accept value above here. You need to see this break, hold in order to do that. If it can't, okay, we will revisit the lows. Because if you do this and do this, you're going to go back. But if you do this and hold, find acceptance, you're going to work your way into that gap. Okay, so very interesting. Markets rising pretty violently. Very, very interesting. All right, we're going to move on. Okay, we're going to go look at the structure together. I'm going to switch over to the market profile and volume profile. We'll look at that together. Boom. All right, now we're here. Okay, let's formulate some kind of plan today. All right, let's formulate some kind of plan. Now I know this can change, so it's going to be a very soft type of plan. Okay, let's you can shrink this down a little bit. Okay, so it's a good structure. I might only have time to do the ES right now today, just because the news break and all that. Okay, so here we are. Right now, let's look at this structure. We have value all here. That's 70% of the trade of the last rolling week has taken place there. 70%. We do have excess now to the downside. Here's your excess. Okay, here's your excess. Right there. Put in. Okay. 50-day moving average on futures. Very, very important. Okay. So we are in supply and we are in the most traded price of the year in the ES. That is holding it right now. That is the line in the sand. This makes this overnight high a weak high because it aligns with this supply zone and the overnight high and the most traded price of the year. This is all that matters right now. Okay, this is all that matters. So, blah, blah, blah. So we have single prints. Okay, all here. That is not a lot of volume here. Look how thin that is. If the market really wants to catch a bid, it can really rise right back up to this big price, which would be the most traded price of the week and the month, 52.55. Okay. So price is right here. We're right at the most traded price of the year, right at yesterday's most traded price. All right. Now, if you want to look at a little tip here for the volume profile, this profile now has a bullish imbalance. Look, that is an incomplete profile, and you need to see excess put at the top. You see how this does not look right? It kind of looks like a P. Well, you need to see excess, just like this. See this excess? That tells me you do have a move. Probability-wise, we do push up like this. Doesn't mean you go flying high, because like I said, you need to find acceptance above this level. We need to start doing this. Right, here we go. There it is. There it is, just on cue, putting excess. Now you got the little wick, okay? The key is, do you get continuation there? Do you get continuation? That little wick now is showing exhaustion. You need to sustain it, you need to do one of these, and then do these, okay? If it only can't hang out there too long, there it goes, okay? You're getting excess put in, just like I said, right on cue, okay? Right on cue. Pushing up, right? Pushing up. Now, remember this. You have shorts from here, okay? They were just down here. What do you think happened at the 50-day moving average? Even though this news wasn't great news and the market moved up, what do you think that means? That's bullish. That's very bullish, okay? So you need to see this. Whoop. Hold. Boom. You got week-to-day VWAP, you got monthly VWAP, and can we go back here today? I think that could be a possibility. Okay, think of dip buyers, right? Now, like I said, if it can't hold out here, and we do one of these, well, we're probably going to come down here. Okay, but large orders hitting the tape. Large orders hitting the tape. All right, so what's in the cards today? So what I'm really looking at, okay, so we have yesterday's highs, yesterday's lows, okay? Price now, price. This profile has completed. Now we got excess at the bottom. We got the meat, the value. Now look, see, got excess. That is a completed auction. That's a completed profile. Now it's the job of the market to handle this level. Okay, it's the job of the market to handle this level. Now, what else do we have? Here's the lows. What do you have from here? You have buyers. Okay, buyers. Can they sustain this? Because if they can't, and you do one of these and you do this, that is not good for buyers. See? You got the excess put in. All right. So this is what the plan is for today. We have to deal with this level. What are we going to do? All right. As simple as this. You hold it. Even do one of these. Hold it. you're going higher. Okay, that's what I'm looking at. If you're a bear, okay, we are still under the most traded price of the week and the month. Okay, here's the most traded price of the year. Now, if we do this and do this and hold and hold and hold, yeah, we're probably going to go down to at least here to this demand zone. Okay, that's what I'm looking at. That's all I'm looking at. All right, we actually have a little time to go back. Let's see the Nasdaq. Let's just see. It should be similar. Okay, should be similar. Okay, so you don't have that most traded price of the year. Now, when the Nasdaq, what you do have is this level, which is the most traded price of the week, the month, and the year. Okay, that price is 182.60. What is that? 182.80. Okay, that's the huge level. That's what you got in the Nasdaq. Okay, you are put some excess in here. You're at the highs of yesterday. Okay, you went into demand right here in yesterday's pre-market session. Okay, you hit demand, you pounced up, you opened here. Now, look what happened. You just broke the lows this morning in the overnight low, and now we're up at the highs. Okay, so very balanced. This is a very balanced profile. So same kind of concept, little different. This is the 50-day moving average. Notice how the Nasdaq has resistance of the 50-day moving average on the futures, and the ES has it as support. Okay, so what you need to see today is very simple. This is the big level. It just hit week-to-day VWAP. You see this week-to-day VWAP? It literally hit that to the tick. Okay, so for me, okay, really quickly, if you want to play long, okay, I'm going to see this push above this level, hit monthly VWAP, and hold it and hold it and hold it, and try to move up. Right? That right now looks like that might be hard to do. Okay, another thing for a long would be, okay, let's see if we do get some weakness and we get a bear trap. We start moving down, we hit this demand, we take out yesterday's overnight lows, yesterday's lows, this overnight low, cause a bear trap, higher low, higher low, higher low, and then you get a nice big move, right? Now, shorts. Let's talk about the bears. Here's your big level, bears. As long as we stay below that, you're in control. Okay? So, you could even get a push up into here. Okay? Get rejected, roll over. One other thing, remember, acceptance. You need to find acceptance over this level. If you don't, meaning if you do this, that is not acceptance. And if you do come right back, you're rolling over. Okay? That's what I'm looking at. Big levels in both. That will do it for me today. All right. All right. So that's it for me. All right. Hope everybody liked the analysis. Subscribe, set an alert if you did. All right. We got a plan. We got a plan today. Give me a like. And you can always follow me on X at Gonzo719. Okay. This is going to be exciting. We got volatility. We got a big level to play off of. Okay. We got negative news that turned the market up. That's bullish. But we got our big levels to play off of. Okay. Got the big levels to play off of. So wish everybody luck. Stay green. If there's something to show you guys later on, I'll try to do a little midday update. All right. I'm trying to make that part of my routine